Yeah. Welcome to the podcast. Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by Abby Zwerner, Diane Toscano, Jeffrey Brait, Kevin Benazan, and every first grade teacher across the world. Also, shout out to everyone who chose to tune in live right now. Infamy, Day Day, Hell Yeah, OG Mickey, Kurt, Smooth, Toronto Toad, Sharky Genie, Curlsy, OG Mickey, Paul Miranda, Day Day, Sharky Genie, Love My Toe, Paul Miranda, Dietrich, OG Mickey, Old Two Sack. I appreciate you guys being here. We do this podcast every single Friday, right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. The current time is 3:44, which means we're only 14 minutes late. But we're not actually late because I've been streaming for 47 minutes. I've just been going through my notes, trying to come up with somewhat entertaining topics to talk with you guys about. Halloween was a few days ago. We were just going through the news articles of how many local children were shot and killed on Halloween. But more important than that, there's a viral video going around of, maybe you guys have seen this. There's a bowl of candy sitting outside of the house. Let's say maybe you're taking your kids trick-or-treating. You don't have time to be at the house. You don't have maps where you live. You don't have time to have, or maybe like a big enough family to have people hand out candy. So while you're trick-or-treating, you put a bowl, and the right thing to do is to take one and continue moving. I take one candy. You know what? They even give you the option to choose which candy you want. I'm going for the Twix or the Reese's cup. Always. I'll save the ones that have nuts in them for all those other nerds. Although I did just find out later in life that some people give out toothbrushes. That's a great way to get your fucking window broken. If I go through my entire house and I don't have any enemies and I'm a kid, and then one house gives me toothbrushes, now I have an enemy. So you've created an enemy when you could have created someone to be on your team. You could have given out Reese's Pieces, and then when the shit hits the fan and the feds start invading neighborhoods, going door to door, breaking in people's doors, trying to take their guns and take hostages for all the non-Republicans, now you're not going to have anyone to fucking go and hide in the fucking secret basement. I'm kidding. But you're not going to have anyone you're burning a bridge that you could have built. Okay? The toothbrush is the ultimate burn of a bridge, and the only thing worse than that is stealing candy. Can you imagine someone being so nice to you to go to the store and spend, Jesus, what's candy going for these days? Well, we're in like the Great Depression. What's candy going for these days? I've seen the price of eggs. I can't imagine. Back in my day, a candy bar cost about 75 cents. Nowadays, a candy bar, you have to get a second mortgage on your house. You have to go donate blood plasma. You have to fingerprint, give your social fucking security number, and then pay $13 in cash. And if you pay with a credit card, it's $18 for one candy bar. And you have neighbors who are willing to give that to you for free, and you still steal. So here's the video. There's a bowl. Let me explain this in a way that you guys can understand every detail that pisses me off the most. So it's three middle-aged women and two, like, let's say 5-year-olds. I don't know why that there needs to be three people to take two kids trick-or-treating. I don't know why that is, until we think about the motivation behind these horrible, horrible members of society. So they get up there. Not a single person's wearing an outfit. No one's dressed up. Okay, the three moms are I mean, maybe they're wearing fat suits, but I don't think they are. I think they're just naturally fat, probably from all the other candy they've been stealing throughout their life. So these three people, they go up there. They take the entire bucket of candy, dump it into their backpacks and shit, leave nothing. They leave nothing behind. And there's the kids are wearing, like, there's a little Spider-Man kid, but the parents are not wearing anything. They're not even participating in Halloween. Also, why are you even walking up to you're not even fucking wearing an outfit. Why are you even walking up to the door? Stay there by the curb. Do your job, but scout out the area, keep the kids safe. Your job on Halloween is kid safety, not to fucking shove a bunch of candy in your fat ass mouth. So they stole all the candy. All three of them stole every bit of candy. And then the part 2 of the story, which this is the only part of the story that maybe, not only does it restore faith, but it also makes me maybe believe that the story's fake, is after these 3 horrible women stole all the children's candy because they hate all other people except themselves. One of the neighbors came and dumped his extra candy into the bowl, refilling the bowl, making life like Earth a livable habitation again without there being so many piece of shit humans out there. But the idea that this is all caught on camera, at that point, someone steals all the candy and then the next person refills it. You see where I'm going with this? It seems like too nice to be true. I have a lot of doubts at that point. And I live like this. I'll tell you why I live like this. It's because of Jimmy Kimmel. A few years ago, right when twerking became a very popular thing. Let me know if some of you guys remember this story. Twerking was like the biggest thing online. Everyone's twerking. This is probably before TikTok ever came out. And there was a video of this woman twerking on her door, and then she falls down onto a table that had candles on the table, and then the table catches on fire, and then she catches on fire. And then, like, the carpet's on fire, and everyone's on fucking fire now because of twerking, and then the video ends. And it got spread across the internet like wildfire. Everyone was sharing this video. You fall down, you catch on fire. And it spreads and spreads and spreads. 2 weeks later, Jimmy Kimmel interviews the woman. He goes, so you were twerking, you got caught on fire. And she's like, yeah, the video's blowing up. You know, I don't know, it's twerking, caught fire, it's super embarrassing, whatever. And then he goes, well, what happened after? Like, you're on fire and the video ends. And then she goes, oh, well, I have the full video. And then the full video, Jimmy Kimmel kicks in the door with a fucking fire extinguisher, puts out the fire, and then they reveal that she's been a stunt woman this whole time. And it was all this one big ploy to, I guess, explain how easy it is to make a viral video and how people will share these videos and have all these opinions without knowing any of the backstory. Everyone was bamboozled, myself included, by this story. And ever since that moment, I've been skeptical of everything I see online, and not just pranks, not just fails, anything. Especially right now in our political climate. Every time I see a fucking building explode in Israel, I'm like, I don't know. Did it explode? Is it in Israel? Was it this year? Was it? Could have been a movie set. That could have been in a completely other country. I've realized that people share things. And I don't know if the goal is misinformation, or more likely, the goal is simply to just get more clicks. And if the more outlandish things you can do, the more clicks you're going to get. In fact, I don't know if you guys know this. I have a theory about Aaron Cairo put out a video many years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, where he spelled a word wrong. You know, it was like tips to lambd a kickflip. It's like, let's say he spelled land wrong, Lamd. These tips to lambd a kickflip. And, you know, thousands of comments are saying, hey, you spelled land wrong. You spelled land wrong. You spelled land wrong. You spelled land wrong. I don't remember if the word was land, but let's say a basic 4-letter word was spelled wrong. Or even maybe a shorter word. And there were thousands of comments. You spelled that wrong. 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 I know Cairo and his team. I know they read those fucking comments. And it takes less than 3 seconds to go hit edit, go to the title, erase the misspelled word, and then hit like send, you know, hit publish, and then it updates, and now the word is fixed. That is a situation where I strongly believe that he was baiting audience interaction by spelling a word wrong, and it was a great bait, you know, like fishing style. It was a great bait for interaction, because the internet, especially kids online, especially in relation to skateboarding, they want to correct you. They want to correct everything you do. They want to correct everything. Today, I put out a video. You guys are going to love this. I put out a video where I showed these new boots that I have, these upside down boots, where I'm hanging upside down, decompressing my spine. And I'm saying, I have back pain. I'm decompressing my spine. Suddenly in my YouTube comments, I didn't know this before. You know, let's say usually I get 100 comments, or maybe let's say 50 or so. I didn't realize that 99% of my viewers were chiropractors and physiologists. I honestly, I should have known that 99% of my viewers were all like board certified physiologists, but that must have slipped my mind. Because every single fucking person in the comments is telling me what's wrong with my back. And no one mentioned the actual chronic injury that I sustained 10 years ago while powerlifting. Oh, no. They're smarter than me. They know how I injured my back more than I know. They all know exactly why, when, how my back was injured, and how to fix it. They know everything. And it's weird. It's weird that I was wrong, because I was under the impression that I was deadlifting 400 pounds and I felt like a strong crack in my back. And then after my CT scan, I had bulging discs and arthritis. That's what I thought. What an idiot. What an idiot that I paid my health insurance to go to a doctor to tell me my diagnosis when all I had to do was go buy some shit on Amazon and have thousands of people online tell me what I'm doing wrong. I could have saved so much money on insurance. And if that doctor, had he just been a YouTube viewer instead of going to college for 8 years, he would have been better at doing his job. What an idiot. Like, bro, it's the worst. So in that perspective, Cairo did something very, very smart. And again, to circle back, that is the reason why whenever I watch these videos, I suddenly think like everything's fake. Everything must be fake. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Speaking of hanging upside down, I've been doing it. I think I've had that item so far for 5 days. I've been upside down for 5 days. I skipped 1 day. I don't know if it's helping, and I'm strongly like tossing the idea around that maybe it's hurting me because my back is hurting right now. It's been hurting for a few days. I'm gonna give it a whole month. I'm gonna hang every 5 days if I can for a month, and I'm gonna try and hang longer and breathe out more. I can feel the stretch, and I already decompress the regular way. I decompress when I grab my chair like this. I can breathe out and I can relax all the muscles on my lower back, and I can sometimes hear it going cracking a little bit, and then I'll hang like this and I'll wiggle my feet a little bit and breathe out, and I can relax all my muscles in there, and I can feel it decompress. Upside down is the same thing. It just feels a little bit different. And I also have a little dumbbell right next to where I'm hanging upside down, so I can grab my little 11-pound dumbbell and I can hang. That's a little extra stretch that I otherwise wouldn't be able to do if I was hanging from my hands, which I guess I could throw it between my legs. But I'm gonna give it some time, see if it helps. I looked on Reddit, and it seems like most people have found improvement. And the reason I got these boots is because I'm still young, right? If I wasn't able to do like a sit up, I say I'm still young. I'm not, but I'm young enough to do this at least. If I'm still strong enough to do a sit up, then why not save some money? I got these boots on Amazon. They're called anti-gravity boots. Sometimes they're called decompression boots, and sometimes they're even called moon boots. But they have a hook where the shoelaces would be, like a metal hook. So I strap these things to my ankles. I fucking do a little monkey move. I hang upside down. I count to 100, and then I fucking pull up and I get off. Do that once or twice. You could get an inversion table, which is the same idea. It's exactly the same idea, except I guess with an inversion table, you can pick a specific angle just in case you don't want to be too inverted. Maybe you're uncomfortable with how it feels, or maybe you want a little bit of angle because being too inverted causes pain for your back. Some people get those, but guess what? They're more expensive, right? They take up way more room. You guys haven't been to my house. Well, some of you have been to my house, but my house, there are areas of my house where it looks like a hoarder lives there. There's just shit everywhere. So one thing I absolutely do not need is things to take up more space. So I got these moon boots. They're working pretty well so far, and I'll keep you guys updated, maybe via the podcast or at least via the YouTube videos. I put out a video today showing off the moon boots. Also, you can find them on Amazon, and you'll know which ones are mine because I did a video review. So if you go through the reviews and you see me hanging upside down, explaining how these work, and also explaining it comes with a strap, so in case you can't do a full sit-up, you can climb your way out of it. I demonstrated how you would climb out of being upside down, which I hope you guys, I don't always say that I'm the most like wise person, right? I don't always make the best decisions. I'm not the best at like thinking ahead. But before I hung upside down, I got on Google and I typed in, how long can you be upside down before you die? Turns out it's 10, 20 hours, I guess. I'm only going to be upside down for 2 or 3 minutes a day. But I was afraid. And the very first hang and the second hang, because I put them on backwards to see if that would be easier. It wasn't. I put them on backwards. I don't, and I also had my cell phone like next to me. I don't want to be that guy that has to scream for their neighbors, like, help, I'm upside down. What do you mean you're upside down? Look over the wall. I can't escape. I'm tied to this pole with these moon boots and I'm upside down. Help, jump the fence and pick me up. Help me. Or they'll just find me dead 3 days later with fucking ants and mosquitoes ripping my flesh apart. And maybe a cat. And by that time, my dog will be fucking starving, and finally I'll get found. And then, God forbid, somebody puts a video or a picture of me on World Star, and the whole world says, look at this upside down dumbass. So so we don't have to worry about that. We're safe. I have like the safety net, the safety strap to pull myself up. And I'm gonna probably do something else to make that a little bit safer as well, because who knows? What if I had a knee problem? What if I'm upside down and I have a chronic knee problem that I didn't know about, or I twist the wrong way and I can't do, or a stomach problem, or I don't know. Who knows what? Maybe it starts raining. I'm thinking of it. Maybe I get struck by lightning. I don't know, man. Stray bullet falls from the sky, strikes me right in my groin. I can no longer do a fucking pull-up, so now I'm hanging upside down. Anyways, yeah, I try to think like expect the best, prepare for the worst. Do they say that type of shit? Speaking of expecting the best, the other day, I think it was on Monday. I did mushrooms on stream. Don't tell anyone. Who knows what type of mushrooms they were? Maybe they were magical, maybe they weren't. I don't know. But I will tell you this, I was trying to read my chat room, the same chat room that we have right here, the same style. I was trying to read these words, and whenever someone wrote too many words, I would be like, okay, like reading to it, and I'd get to the middle of the paragraph, and then all the letters would start going ooh, jumping out at me, trying to piss me off and distract me. And then the letters are all like going different directions. I'm like, I can't fucking read this word. Well, if these letters would fucking stop moving, I would be able to read your sentence. And at some point in the middle of the stream, I had to abandon all hope of reading a long message. Anything more than like 10 words, I was out. I couldn't get through it. And of course, that always happens during like a really serious conversation. You know, someone's trying to explain, I don't know, some deep thing that happened to them in their life, and they want like perspective. Like, what should I do about this? And I'm just like, the words are moving weird, just ruining any shot at giving logical advice. But it was a good time, and my stomach was really hurting. And I always say this, all right. I use this metaphor a lot, is that there's like no free lunch in life. There's always some type of balance. And the balance was that right before all those fucking mushrooms started popping out, I had the worst stomach ache ever. My body was like, hey, dude, we're going to punish you, but we're going to punish you before we make you laugh. And then the next day I was super bummed out too, because of course, you know, I walk outside, everything goes wrong on that day, step in dog shit, I get fucking attacked by mosquitoes. I had some ghost pepper Campbell's soup for breakfast. Imagine assuming that Campbell's soup would never make anything deathly spicy. And it wasn't deathly spicy, but it was far more impressive than I thought it would be. So I ate that, giant stomach ache, back pain, can't skate. I got the internet telling me what to fucking do. It was just all around bad day. And that was, I think that was after the mushrooms. So once again, any day where you have too much fun, any time that a day is going really good and you're happy and you're excited and the sun is shining and it's nice, great weather outside and your dog's licking you and says, hi, how you doing? Just be prepared for the next day. Every fucking thing in your life is going to fall apart. So, so that happened. Mushrooms on stream was pretty fun. I always complain to you guys about like why my YouTube channel gets no views. And I always say it's because I'm shadow banned and because of shooting guns and because I've used some words and, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe they don't think I'm safe for advertisers because some of the jokes are a little bit risque. They're a little, I walk the line of what's allowed and what's not allowed sometimes on YouTube. I have all these theories, but I came up with a new one recently. It's because my name on there is Ninja Lifestyle. And if you type anything related to Ninja on YouTube, you're going to get that fucking blue-haired video game guy. And recently I was looking for a video that I made. Who knows? I don't remember what it's called. Let's just say, for example, it's called Ninja Learns to Varial Flip. I don't remember what it was called. So I type in Ninja Learns to Varial Flip. I get fucking Ninja plays Fortnite. I type Ninja Lifestyle learns how to varial flip. I get Ninja plays Fortnite variable weapon. And then I type, okay, what? Like Ninja Lifestyle channel Ninja review. Ninja Lifestyle Ninja review learning varial flip. And then it becomes like professional video gamer does a review of varial. And it's like, dude, his videos are above mine 10 to 1. And I think that might be a little bit of a setback. Maybe, although maybe I'm just coping. Maybe I'm coping with the fact that maybe I'm just not funny anymore. But we can't, like, come on, guys. There's no way I'm not funny anymore. You guys are watching this podcast. You made it this far. We're 21 minutes in, and I imagine that at least one of you has laughed once, right? God damn it. And if not, there's even more incentive to watch this podcast because we are giving away free Ninja Lifestyle stickers to anyone who can answer this trivia question correctly. Are you ready? First one to type it in gets these sent directly to your house as long as you live in America. The question is, what do you call a valley cut out by flash flooding? I also have a second definition, and it is a ravine formed by the action of water. I found this question because here's where I went. First I said space trivia, but then I thought to myself, we always do space trivia. I think the answer to last week's trivia was which planet in our solar system is not named after a god, and it was Earth. So we're looking for now. So now it's like, okay, we could do a sea, a question about the sea. And then our other question was like, okay, or like the ocean. What's the biggest like sea turtle? And then you guys figured that out. You find out the biggest sea turtle. You find out, you found out whatever, Earth is not a fucking Greek god. So I'll give you guys the question again. The definition is a valley cut out by flash flooding. Not just any valley, the vague term for this valley. For example, the Capitol Reef in Utah is a great example of numerous blanks. What is our second definition? A ravine formed by the action of water. Water makes them, or deep channels in land. Okay, we got corrosion, we got arroyo, we got creek, ditch, aqueef, ford. Don't forget, you guys can type in the question. Cheating is allowed. Okay? I know we just did this whole thing about how stealing Halloween candy is wrong. I promise you, cheating at some internet fucking game where all you do is win a sticker pack, cheating is allowed. I'll give you guys some time to maybe try and figure out the answer. And if you guys don't get it, whatever. I will just continue with my topics. So the gamer ninja ruined my fucking YouTube channel. That's great. Has anyone seen the Las Vegas Golden Knights have won 10 of their last 11? Gulch, rut, my pussy, man-made dike, ravine, ocean, gorge, queef, corrosion, creek. You guys are all wrong. A ravine formed by the action of water. A ravine formed by the action of water. You know what? In fact, what I'll do is I will type in those words, and I will see if we get any answers. Oh, typing in that actually does not work. Oh, we got one. Sharky Ginny says gully. Finally, someone was smart enough to simply type in my exact words. Gully was the answer I was looking for. Sharky Ginny, I will be sending your stickers. I owe you stickers anyway. Because I'm going to send you this little keychain. So Sharky Ginny gets to pick a winner from the chat. Again, remember, this is the only podcast online giving away free Ninja Lifestyle stickers every single podcast. No one else does that because they hate you. Here on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle, it's your family, right? It's like Olive Garden, your family. You want extra breadsticks? Here, take some stickers. Bread stickers. All you have to do is cheat. How can I reach these kids? So, Golden Knights have won 10 of their last 11, but not without a human sacrifice. If you guys have or even like general hockey fans, I'm sure your Twitter and your Facebook and your Reddits and all of your social media, your Instagrams have been absolutely flooded with a video of a murder on the ice. So I guess there was a guy on the ice. He didn't like another guy. He ran up to him, drop kicked him right in the neck with a razor sharp ice skate, slashing this guy's neck. Every artery he ever had in his neck is now on the ice. He bleeds out fucking on the ice. They claim that he got to the hospital, but if you guys have seen the actual video, there's no way. That guy died within 5 minutes for sure. And I don't recommend the video, but if you type anything about it, it's going to be impossible to avoid. And the initial way that it was reported was like, oh, a freak accident. Then you watch the video, and these people, I'm not saying I'm a hockey expert, but I will say I've been kicked in the face before. And the way that I was kicked in the face, luckily there was not a knife attached to the person's shoes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here doing this podcast, which neither is that guy who was on the ice. But if you watch the video, it is an absolute fucking Mortal Kombat side kick chop right to the throat. This guy's lucky half of his head didn't fucking fall off like that parrot in Dumb and Dumber. And I know we're making jokes about it. It is a very sad story. But it looks completely intentional, in my opinion. Who knows? You know, I wasn't there on the ice. But all of these articles are making it seem like it was an accident. And I'm wondering what the motivation is there. Usually when I see something online that just seems completely wrong, I go straight towards like political bias. I don't know what the political bias would be for a guy slashing another guy's throat on the ice. Or maybe they simply want to not make the game look dangerous to keep sponsors coming in, or to keep sponsors getting paid, you know, paying the highest price. You know, less things are going to happen. But I don't know. The video, if you guys care to watch, if you like gruesome videos, now that I'm saying this out loud, like recommending you guys watch a video of some poor kid's fucking dad dying, never mind. You know, maybe we've gone too far. But if the video's out there, the internet's a fucked up place. I didn't create it. You know, I don't regulate it. But I'm just saying it's a really crazy thing to happen, and I think, since it is like national news right now, or international news because it happened in the UK, since it is such a big deal in the sports circles, I definitely think that guy should be charged with something, and I think he should probably never be allowed on the ice again. And I think what would be important is we should look at his track record. We should see, has he done something like this before? How close has he come before? And I don't mean being a rough player. I don't mean being the fucking typical hockey goon who fights all the time. I don't mean that. Has he ever kicked anyone before? Has he ever done something super like egregiously unsportsmanlike before? If the answer is yes and yes, then number one, never play the sport again. Number two, criminal charges. That's my opinion. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Toad says, if they used chainmail, none of this would have happened. Yeah. If you don't forward this message to 10 of your friends, one of your relatives will be chopped his head off during a hockey game. And you're like, ha, yeah, right, dude. And then it happens. Anyways. So that's been going on. I have an article today that I'm only sharing because of one specific line in the article. So I'll read the headline, and then I'll explain to you guys why I think this is funny. And maybe you guys will already know why I think it's funny. The title of the article is Virginia Teacher Shot by 6-Year-Old Can Proceed with $40 Million Lawsuit. So a teacher was, I guess, in her classroom teaching. Again, I didn't read any of this story. And a 6-year-old shot her. Like, you're at school, you're teaching, you know, you're teaching these kids like shapes. You're teaching them like which letters of the alphabet are silent in certain words. You have some division thing on the wall that says like 1 + 1 is 2, 1 + 2 is 3, 1 + 4 is 4, 1 + 5 is, and then it has a question mark. And those weird little like 6-year-old things are scattered throughout the whole classroom. And there's a little map, and on the map it has, you know, it has a circle around Virginia because that's where the classroom is. And then over here, you know, we have a picture of a bunch of lions in Africa that says like dare to dream, you know, all these nice, cool things. And then there's a 6-year-old with a gun that fucking shoots you in the middle of class. I would say unexpected. I would say an unexpected thing for a first grade teacher to encounter. But you guys will read that the judge wrote, and I don't know how relevant this is. The judge writes, and I quote, "The danger of being shot by a student is not one that is peculiar or unique to the job of a first grade teacher." Now, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouths, but I think it is peculiar and unique that a first grade teacher should be worried about getting shot by a 6-year-old. And I I know that me and you, the viewers, the people here in the chat, we don't always agree on everything. But I feel like if there was ever a topic that we could maybe agree on, it would be that it's unusual for a first grader to get shot, to shoot a teacher. Then again, you know, this is why the other countries hate us, right? Because shit like this happens. And every time I read an article like this, I get more and more bummed out because I love to sit here. I do it every week, day in and day out. I argue on Twitch and on YouTube about why Americans need guns, why everyone needs guns, why all the stats are skewed, why you can't ever believe what you read because they change the stats all around and the context is all fucked. And most of gun deaths are suicides, but those are listed as gun deaths, and people assume that that's murder. And I sit here all day, up and down, defending guns, and then I fucking wake up every single week and I read a headline that says a 6-year-old shot a teacher, and I go, God damn it, dude. Why do I even bother? Because no matter what I say, more and more of these dumbass articles are gonna happen. And you know what? I'll concede a little bit to you guys. The 6-year-old's fucking parents should go to fucking jail. People should take care of their guns a little bit more. Or maybe they're just bad parents. They said, "Here, kid, you never know what's going to happen. Hey, if Miss Lopez says anything dumb to you, shoot her fucking ass." "Okay, Daddy. I'll see you at the school. I have a peanut butter and jelly." Okay, I loaded it. I loaded with 15 anymore, and the gun's going to be too heavy for your backpack. Just make sure if Miss Lopez says any dumb shit again, okay, if she tries to tell you to spell llamas again and all your friends laugh at you, I want you to shoot that bitch right in her fucking chest. Okay? Okay, Daddy, I'll kill her. Unless that's the situation, then it should be a peculiar story. Okay, so remind me in the next 5 years if another 6-year-old kills a first grader, and I guess we'll find out exactly how common this situation is. Can I talk to you guys about my investments? Can I talk to you guys about investments? I'm not a very savvy guy when it comes to investments, but I had this dream when COVID started. I felt like the stock market was going to go to shit, right? Why did I think that? I don't know. Prices got all fucked. No one could do anything. No one could work. I felt like businesses were hurting, right? My business was hurting. Cake Muscle was fucking halfway dead. Walmart was closed. You know, you had to stay 6 feet away. I'm like, oh, the stock market couldn't possibly get any worse than it is right now. Right around the first year of COVID. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to donate. You know what? Donate was the right word. I'm going to invest $100. Again, just as a fun thing. Fuck, I can stand to lose $100. Plus, everyone's talking about Bitcoin now. Bitcoin blew up. What if this does too? You know, it's a terrible time in life. Maybe when COVID's over, I'll make some money. So I donated $5 in 13 different stocks, different amounts, and then I traded some around, and then I never touched it. $100. Today, that's worth $31, and I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means socially. I don't know what that means investment-wise. I know 13 of those stocks, 12 of them have lost money, right? They all had multiples of $5 at one point, and then some of them had more, some of them had less. But just generally, they were all multiples of $5. I know the math is not adding up. Just bear with me here. And, only a 69% loss. And the only stock that is now worth a little bit more than it used to be is AMD, which is computer shit, I guess. Every single other stock is doing terribly. I should have invested in Pfizer, huh? But, what does that mean? Stock people. Is the world just worse than it used to be? Right? We mentioned the price of eggs has gone up. Did you guys know? I have a really old, so on my fridge, I have magnets. How do they work? I don't know. I have magnets that have these pizza places and coupons and shit. So I can go on the fridge, I grab my little magnet off, I look at it, and I say, oh, okay, I can get 2 large pizzas for $16 at the local pizzeria. I can get chicken wings for this much money. And these little pamphlets, they existed before COVID. Okay, well, fuck me. I called the number. I was like, yeah, I've had this pamphlet for a while. It says I can get 18 wings for $20. The guy goes, are you fucking stupid? He says, oh, we got another prank call. He goes, no, 20 wings, that's going to be fucking $900. And I go, oh, so the coupon it's changed? And he's like, yeah, the world is a much worse place than when you got that. When you got that pamphlet, the world was a different place, young man. Now the price of chicken wings has skyrocketed. So I ended up just going to the store and buying my own wings and air frying them. But yeah, the stocks are doing bad. The price of chicken wings is doing bad, and I wasted $69 that I could have spent on literally anything else. So that's what was going on. Those are all my topics for today. I did watch a couple of movies that I wanted to share with you guys. I watched Fern Gully yesterday. As far as it being like a logical movie, no, not the most well thought out, like not a thought-provoking movie, Fern Gully. It's an animated film about this guy that turns small, turns into like he hangs out with a bunch of fairies. The word fairy used to mean something different when this movie came out, so please don't get offended. Totally different word than what you guys may be thinking. And it's all about like the rainforest getting chopped down and how bad like oil is for the ecosystem, and the smoke is bad for the ozone. Who fucking knows, man? And these fairies are out there trying to save the world, and it's not a great movie. But you know what is fantastic about this movie is the way they animated it. The big machines that cut down the trees look fucking scary and ominous. The characters all have like the flying fairies. Their movement when they fly looks cool. And there's my favorite part, this big like ball of like muck. What is muck? I don't know. It's like he's a cloud, but he's also liquid. It's a monster that just oozes around. And they animated this oozing monster, this big black cloud of like slime. They animated it really well. So if you guys are looking for an animated film from who knows what year that came out, you guys can check out Fern Gully, which is also funny because our trivia answer today was Gully. What are the odds of that? I don't know. That deserves a donation if I've ever seen something funny happen on stream where I needed to make an unrelated beg for money. Anyways, I also watched a movie called The Kill Team. The Kill Team was pretty interesting. It was about a guy who joins, let's call it the army. I don't know, joins the military. He goes to Afghanistan or Iraq somewhere, and his leader, sergeant maybe, his leader or his sergeant starts killing like villagers and then pretending that they shot first. So he's just going on a killing spree, killing innocent civilians and pretending that he's killing terrorists. And then the kid wants to tell. He wants to tattletale because, you know, this is morally it's really wrong. So the kid goes to tattletale, and then his fucking squad, maybe they found out that he told. Maybe they found out he's a tattler, and so then they maybe set him up to die. I don't know. I don't want to spoil the movie. But the best part, as I always say about movies like that, is at the end, you're like, holy shit, and then it says, based on a true story. And you're like, oh, damn. That's fucked. So, pretty interesting. If you like army movies and shooting and military shit, definitely check out The Kill Team. The only other movie I watched is called American Beauty. American Beauty, I guess, is a classic movie about some guy who just gets fed up with his shitty fucking life. And then he quits his fucking job. He starts smoking weed. He starts working out. He starts having fun. And then there's like a side plot. One of his neighbors is selling weed, and his wife is cheating, and all this shit is happening, and he just doesn't give a fuck about anything. It's kind of like if Office Space wasn't funny, and there's more like death, murder, and again ominousness, my word of the day. I may not be describing this movie great, but it's fantastically acted, great dialogue, great acting, great filming, great everything, man. It's the story is very weird. It's a weird fucking story. But I can see why it's a classic, because these really good movies, they stand out so much farther than an average movie. right? I always say one of my favorite movies to watch that I always get through is Shawshank Redemption. I'm also a big fan of, if you want something lighter, is Wolf of Wall Street. And I just love the way those movies are filmed and directed. And they really, really stand out from, let's say, a very praised movie that is actually a pile of shit would be like Training Day. But to even dumb it down even more, there are human beings out there that think like Fast and the Furious is a good movie. So on that note, if me and you are in any way similar on our movie takes, I would recommend American Beauty if you haven't seen it. So that's all I have for today's podcast. Can I get a hell yeah from everybody in the chat? Type in, oh, hell yeah, so I can shout out everyone who chose to tune in here live on twitch.tv/Ninja Lifestyle. We do this podcast every single Friday right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. If I didn't answer any of your questions, it's because this podcast also comes out on Podbean and YouTube and Spotify and all these other platforms where they don't have video. So when I can't just read the chat and respond to you guys, because without video, no one knows what the fuck is going on. Guy just chillin', Pete, Toad, Day, Guy just Sharky, Genie, Efu, Chris loves 40, iBook Boy, Florida, Joe, support the farts, love my Toad, Day, Toad, chillin', Pete. I appreciate all you guys for hanging out. No one donated any money today, which I'm a big fan of donating money to me. I shouldn't even say donating. We should call it tipping. You tip me. I make you laugh. You tip me. I make your thoughts being provoked. Nice language, you fucking robot. I make your thoughts being provoked. Come see me one night. I need sex from you. If you guys feel like tipping $1 like Toad just did, feel free to tip me $1. I love the money. I love getting money. I love earning money. It makes me feel like I'm doing this. Makes me feel like I'm good at what I'm doing as far as being entertained. But if you don't have any money, because, I've seen the price of chicken wings. A lot of you guys don't have money. You can tell a friend about the podcast. It is the easiest and cheapest way to support this podcast. Tell a friend about the podcast. Thank you to iBook Boy. I don't want to beg you guys to donate at the end of the show, but you know what? If I don't say it, right, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, the closed mouth doesn't get fed. I just want to remind you guys that I'm open for tips. iBook Boy donated 200 bits. Toad donated 100 bits. And even if those dollars go towards gambling, at least they went to me first. Great. Now everyone's done. No one's fucking donating anymore. Anyways, always appreciate you guys being here. Chillin' Pete with the 69 bits. The stream is not going to end, but the podcast will end. So if you missed any part of this, don't forget the rerun, the repeat comes out on Podbean, on iTunes, on YouTube, on Spotify, anywhere where podcasts can be found, as well as my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ninja Lifestyle. You can also go to ninjalifestyle.com. It's easier if you don't want to type the word YouTube. Other than that, that's all I got. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. And as I always say, don't drink too much, but please don't drink too little, and have a safe and happy weekend. We should put those people in jail who steal candy from children. I think the world's changing. Put them in jail.